What's going on? Peace and blessings. Thank you, everybody, for joining the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. I am my life coach, too, is what you should be telling yourself. I am so ecstatic about having another opportunity to be in the land of the living. Today is a new day. And if it's a new day, then you should be in your best position. I hope you got some paper and pencil, and wherever you at, we're going to flow today. We're going to flow. We're going to get through this. I have some things I would like to share with you. You guys, most of the times it's kind of difficult for me to just tell you that I want to just read from things. I have to give you my heart. I believe one don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And if you think about people in your life, one of the biggest tasks that we have is the fact that people say they care about you, but they can't express it, right? They don't express it through their actions. They don't express it through their connections, right? They don't use their relationships because 9 times out of 10, people feel entitled, right? I don't know if some of you feel like you entitled for explanation or you entitled to receive something, but what you entitled to is the one who gave you the opportunity. You know, the one who said he sent his only begotten son, right? That whosoever will, that's what you entitled to. But you don't get what you rightfully deserve until you first come to terms that some of us, we've been doing things the wrong way. We go about things the wrong way. We address things the wrong way. We play the wrong put out of position, leaving us with no position. Well, that's what this broadcast is about. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I am a transformation coach. Some call me self-empowerment coach. Others call me just a real individual, motivational speaker, self-help teacher. I can have many titles. Whatever titles that woo you, whatever title that can connect with you, I want to connect on that level. I want to connect on that level, right? I can either open myself up and allow you to connect to me, or you can open your ears up and I can connect to you. But one way or another, we have to do something in order for us to get to a new place right now. We out of a cycle, 7-year cycle that was from the year of 23, 22, 21, 2020. Oh, that's not a great year right there. 2019, 2018. I think I went back further enough, right? Probably 2017. 2017 marks 7 years of a cycle, right? So I want to be on the books as somebody that when I spoke and I addressed those particular years, right? I went to 2017, right? 2017. To be 20. Okay, no, we got to go to 2016. 2016 will give us 7 years. And for some of you, 7 years, guys, that is a cycle. Some of you had some ups. You got some new cars. You got some new schooling. Some of you became grandmothers. It's been a transformational period right now. And all we can do is thank the higher power for allowing us to experience some good days, but for others, it's bad days. And now, guess what? We're in a new place, right? We're in a new place. We're in a new space, right? But let me be clear with you on one thing. I am a straight shooter. I lead by example. So part of me leading by example is to give you an example, right? Let me just give you an example. Since we all in a new place, and I believe the walls is down, I believe our eyes is open, but who you follow and who you connect to is going to be very important. For me, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for open-minded people. I'm looking for people that are driven. I'm looking for people that are grounded. I'm looking for people that are respectful and responsible. I'm looking for people that are mindful. I'm looking for people that are definitely entrepreneurs and go-getters. Why? Because I need people to not only just agree, but I need also people to, if you're going to disagree, I need you to be able to speak and say, why do you disagree with something, right? And I mean, you have an answer to support what you're doing. I have a simple formula that I love to give anyone. I share from my storage, right? I share from my storehouse. What does that mean? That means I have tested it. I have I have tested it. I have used it. It actually works. It works. That is what plus Y results. But since we're in a new place, I'm here to tell you guys we have outgrown some of the areas we have been in this particular time frame. We're going to need to listen, we're going to need to learn, and we're going to need to execute. It doesn't require a lot of talking. If you talking, then who's listening? And what they listening to going to sound like you complaining. Complaining where? Complaining in environments that you really don't belong in. You guys, we got to move quickly and we got to move quietly right now. We got to be so dead on what we're doing and why we doing what we doing that we don't have time to meet newness right now. Because if newness, you run into somebody that got some newness, they got to get to know you. And if you not locked and loaded and ready to push, right? We here for a good time, not a long time. We're broadcasting right now only on YouTube, you guys, at Adonis D. Johnson. I love my people that love to be a part of the Invisible Crown Army. It is something that's been going on in not only in your personal life, but in your community, in your city, in your state, in the world. I am my life coach is the topic. That's what we ground to in spirit and truth. We will not be moved by anyone or anything. We want to be at the table. If decisions are going to be made, if a business deal is taking place, we want to be at the table to make sure that we get what we rightfully deserve. If you owe anybody on the Invisible Crown Army, if you owe us 10, you're not giving us 9. We don't settle for anything, but we give everything. Why? Because we get graded based on what we do and why we do the things we do, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying we're going back to, we're going to listen. I'm asking you to listen. Listen more. Thank God more, but we have to listen, you guys. This is a season that I'm calling a time out. I'm calling a timeout on the battlefield. I don't even want to do too much talking. This is new for me as well as it's new for you. I entitled this broadcast, We in a State of Emergency. Why did I name it a state of emergency? There's always messages going on, and I call it the face off, right? The face off, right? Take your face off. If somebody was looking for you and you was inside of a room, how would they know who you are? How would they know whom you are? Would they go off of the way you look? Would they go off of the way you talk? Would they go off of what you see? Well, this is what happened to me, you guys. And I want to share this as an experience to you guys on how important it is to keep up with yourself, right? The only assignment you have at this moment is you. For many of us, you are in a new place. Let me be clear with you on this. I'm claiming this on your behalf. You are in a new place. You are not out of space. Some people are out of space. They don't have no room for you, right? Thank God for that. They got to let you go because they out of space. That means running around in a circle, that's over. They ain't got no more space, right? So they're out of space, right? You, me, we have to go to our inner space. There's an inner space that has inner peace. So for many, I know a lot of people that don't do a lot of talking, but they listen to me because they realize when I'm speaking, I'm actually being connected to a higher sense of being that allows us to navigate. Now, I want to get into something. Um, I want to get into something that's I knew that was different. I was playing my Saturday mix. What's going on, you guys? Welcome everybody that made their way onto this channel. Listen, we on this channel because we learn how to channel. We learn how to channel our energy. We know how to channel into places. Some of us, we went places that we would not have went if we did not go together. I can speak, you can speak, we both can speak. In this particular time frame, you guys, I'm asking that we listen, we learn, and we execute. Everything that we have done up until this point has been proven, it has been tested. My job and my only assignment outside of myself is to empower you and is to inspire you. Is also to show you things that, truth be told, I took the time out to learn. I'm anointed only to do what I'm anointed to do. That's why I can look straight into this camera and address you from the matters of my heart. And sometimes I end up hitting your heart. That's how I know we on the same page. same beat. That's how I know we on the same path right now. I'm just getting comfortable because we're gonna have a conversation and we're gonna go in. What I look to do is to take what was and take what is, bring it close enough, and then stick you right in the middle. And we're gonna have this dialogue. We're gonna have this conversation. We're gonna pull anything down that will be holding us, but we also gonna prepare ourselves because I believe there's nothing holding us. But now it's time to go out now. Now it's time to be released. It's time to be launched, right? I started with a story that I wanted to tell you guys, something that transpired with me. I was fasting, right? I was fasting. I'll tell you exactly. I was fasting 14 days, right? And in my fast included liquid only from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Many of the Invisible Crown Army, you guys fast with me. And that's a beautiful thing. But this one I had to do because God was calling me. So no, I did not come online and I did not say, hey guys, I got to fast. But see, to much is given, much is required, right? And I'm going to show you why I make up the leader. If no one else is following me, trust and believe me, if there was an earthly me, then I will follow me. Right? I will follow me. I believe in me. I believe not only do I believe in me, I encourage myself all the time. I'm self-empowering myself all the time. I'm self-aware. I'm self-discovering. I'm self-recovering. I'm bringing everything back right. But I also realize that everybody's not capable. And I don't expect everyone to be capable, right? I'm trying not to be emotional, but I have to be real. I have to be real, right? And when I address you, I want you to see it's really, it's not where I'm at, it's really where I'm going. And when I look back at this documentary, as I look back at this video and I see myself, I want to be able to say, I know exactly why I did what I did and why I chose to cut the camera on and speak to a few people. Now, I don't know who's on this broadcast, but you should be lighting up fire right now. If you understand who's speaking right now, this is AJ the Wildfire talking. But I need to let Adonis come and address a few things on his behalf, right?
Yay.
Yes, Lord. And so I want to always let you understand that based on the outside, this is my makeup, this is what you see. So I started by saying that I went on a fast, right? Normally, anybody that's a part of I Am My Life Coach, which is the Invisible Crown Army, I recommend you will fast every first of the month for ownership. If nothing else, put your hoodie on. And it's about I am my life coach. If you don't wait till your birthday and then expect you to throw you a party and want everybody to call you and say, happy birthday, because they're just going to text you, right? Don't expect people to bring you presents. Don't expect people. See, we have to get out of this baby phase. And for many of us, we are out of this phase, but we in a new phase right now. We're in a new place. This is I am my life coach too. That means what I'm saying can be duplicated. What I'm saying can be replicated. You can be whatever you desire to be, but first thing first, you got to be free. You got to be free from titles. You got to be free from naysayers. You got to be free from circles and squares and environments. You got to be free from foolishness. You got to be free from a lot of things. And I believe we free. Ownership is what we fast for every first of the month. Six, it will not change. But in this particular year, since we got 30 days to prepare for it, I'm going to keep reminding you this month of January, we fasted from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Liquid only ownership. Throughout that particular time of ownership, right? I just be wanting you to think. I'm going to want you to think. I be wanting you to think. Think about all the things that you need to take ownership of. Your communication, your listening skills. Remember, we in a period now that we have to listen, we have to learn, and we have to execute. Those is three things that I'm going to be pressing. I'm going to be pushing in the days ahead of you. We taking one day at a time, but I have to load you up right now so that we can be on the same page right now. We're refocusing right now. We're resetting right now, and we are restarting right now. Restarting what? The race that we already ran, right? The race that we already ran. Now notice there will be different fire drills. Fire drills takes place on Saturday in the 5 o'clock wildfire hour. That is a fire drill. That means that's a tactic. test and see. Test and see that the Lord that fights for you is with you right now, right? That's a test and see. But right now, I want to get you up to speed. Come February 1st, we will be fasting in the evening time from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. What am I saying? I'm saying it's going to be a morning, and then the next month is going to be an evening. And then the next month is going to be a morning, and the next month is going to be an evening. Well, why am I breaking it up like this? Because I was told to fast 14 days. Once I started my fast, then God spoke to me personally, and he said 12 days. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, why 12 days? Right? I mean, I know you said 14 days, but he changed it to 12. Liquid on. But he said that Sunday, which will be the Sabbath, does not need to be counted. I don't want you to fast on the day I'm resting, right? Right? So you see what I'm saying, right? This is about listening now. Before I can give it to you, I must give it to me first, you guys. I'm a leader, and I don't have to tell you, but I believe in leadership. I believe I lead leaders to leaders. I believe everybody that will follow this broadcast, if you're ready for leadership, you ready to build, then you ready for a partnership. I'm ready to get into a partnership with you, right? Partner meaning that we got the same vows, right? With the same goals, the same morals, right? That when somebody bring your name up, that you can know for yourself, it don't work like that, right? Sometimes you need to have people around you to say, no, when it comes to them, conversation is to a minimum, because I know how they work, because we work kind of like the same way. We drive parallel. We don't ride all over the road. You know, a train that gets on a track, I Am My Life Coach 2 will be about the tracks this time. You see, when the train is on the track, then we carrying cargo, but all that matters is the one who's driving this train, the one who's orchestrating, the one who's behind the levels, the one who's pulling the switch, the one, only thing a train does is switch tracks. That's it. It just switch tracks. That's it. It's not jumping lane to lane. See, we're not having a car experience. We're getting on this train because we're going somewhere right now. And I need for some of you to realize I'm lining up right with you. I'm always going to tell you what's ahead of us. I'm always going to inform you of what we up against. That's why I come to address the Invisible Crown Army right now. We are radical. We're not the ones that sit back. But guess what? We have to listen. We have to learn, and we have to execute. Everything that we do, we have to execute, because at some point it's going to be about the results. But right now, it's not about the results. Right now, it's about executing. It's about following the direction and comprehending. But I had to put it the way that he gave it to me. I fasted, you guys, for 6 days. I went through those 6 days. That was nothing new to me. It was beautiful, a beautiful thing, right? And I did exactly. I was looking forward to when it break the fast, right? Everybody else was starting their new year. Yeah, I mean, new year. And they was off and running. Not the general, not the coach, right? See this knife behind me? Not the coach. I still was up on the mountaintop. I still was on hold. And let me tell you what ended up happening. Once I reached the 6 day, 7 day, then it was time for me to switch it, right? And I literally threw my whole system out of alignment. And I started fasting at nighttime, right? I started fasting at nighttime, and the night watch, that was my son, on the night watch. And I must say it was so challenging. And I lost track of not only who I was, but I never lost track of whom I was. And I left a lot of you open. And for that right there, I asked God to restore any areas that took any type of hits, right? We start now at this point. Upon me doing so, when that fast ended, I wasn't drinking a lot of water, and my balance of my body was completely off in the flesh. And I ended up having to be taken to the hospital. I called someone to take me to the hospital because I was dizzy. And going to the hospital and being checked in, not only did I not have an ID, see the face off, but when I was losing sleep, I was up all night. And for some of us, you will be surprised that the people in different time zones that's praying for you, that's covering you, angels, right? That's making sure that everything, I saw all of you I saw all of you. I know exactly what we have to do. I'm so grateful, even with for Sister Sonia, just to know that people went searching for me and looking for me and trying to find me. I'm inside this place with no ID. So they classified me as an unknown, right? And checking myself in and they gave me a shot that put me to sleep. I can only tell you I woke up days later. It's like a coma, right? And when I woke up, I was in an unfamiliar place. I was in a place that it seemed like it was okay. I got to be honest. It seemed like I was in an escape room. So I thought somebody was playing a trick on me, right? And that's the trick of the enemy to think somebody playing with you, right? People play with you all the time. What do I mean by that? They act like they're family. Oh, we're family, we're cousins, we're friends, we're besties. Oh, I'm your girl, you my guy, you this, you that. No description, right? Y'all know how I kick it. The heart has to reveal how it truly feel before your mind can be able to receive anything. And for many of us, the mind games are over. So what ends up happening is that when I arrived at this new place, my bed got switched. So I knew the bed that they gave me, but when I came back in the room, somebody else was laying in my bed. You hear me? And I'll be honest with you. I sat at the end of the bed. Imagine that, right? Somebody laying in my bed. All the covers is on this bed. And it's a mattress over there on the other bed that's not my bed. And the guy jumped up. And I'm not gonna lie, I could have took the guy down, but I said not a problem. And I got in another bed, the other bed, and sitting in his bed with no covers was an experience. Nothing new. I have fasted before. I got a super king size bed, but I have slept on the floor before and I got online and told people, hey, don't lay in your bed, lay on the floor, right? My God, why do we always have to be comfortable when it comes down to talking to God? Sometimes you got to put yourself in some uncomfortable situation. I knew that something had to happen. I knew that something different had to transpire because I knew if I wanted more, then I had to do more. I knew that if I continue to rely on the people that I'm around, then guess what? I'm already doomed. I'm looked to get bigger. I look to get better. It needed to be a shaking right now. It needed to have a fire drill. Some people got burnt up in the fire drill. Well, at least I did. So I stayed in a cold bed overnight. When I woke up that morning, I didn't know that I was about to be tested. Soon as I got up, they called me and they said, you ready to go in? I said, yeah. Now they never called me by my name. And I'll tell you why. When I walked inside of this room, it was nothing but interns. It was like, I want to say maybe 8 to 10 interns from Loyola, from top universities that was studying, right? Studying. Who are they studying? They studying me. We, as people, we are the research. If you take the RE off of research, there goes search. You are the one they searching for, right? Why? So they could try to examine you. But isn't it amazing? It's the same thing that goes on into the world. We're looking for our husband. We're looking for our wife. You see, the man that finds a wife. But what does a wife looks like, right? Why does he have to find her? What it looks like to find a wife, to find, right? What are you basing this off of, right? Fine, you fine. And most people, we're operating so much out of order that there will never be order if you connect with someone that's malfunctioning or dysfunction, and yet you want to function. See, when somebody find you, you should be functioning. Functioning meaning you should be grounded, as Sister Sonia will say, 10 toes down, already know what you're ready to do. Hey, hit the switch, hit this red button. All them angels gonna line up. One prayer can change your whole situation. Some people are that powerful, but others are pretenders, right? They pretend and God ain't used them because they don't have no power that God can use. Some people talk about knowing a God or knowing God, but the question is, how do God know you? And what do he know you by? Do he know you by your acts? Do he know you by your work? Or do he know you by your, that we when you speak about God, is God is not looking for you to be acting. You want to experience God, then he was a servant. He served. He sent his son. His son teach. He served. He fed, right? He fed people, right? Remember, I just did on the 5 o'clock wildfire, right? The 5 o'clock wildfire, the fire drill. I just said that Jesus taught. He taught all his disciples. He taught them. He trained them, right? He built them up, took them around. He traveled with them. He made sure he stayed in tune with them. Who have you taught lately? Look at the way your children perform. They don't even listen to you. Why? Because you did not teach yourself. You didn't upgrade yourself. You didn't upgrade your look, your ride. Some people still driving the same thing they was driving 6, 7, 10 years ago, as if God is not a God of glory. God is not a God of upgrade. As if God is a God that just, he stays the same. And that's why some of us done got outdated, because we're not growing in who we are and whom you are. You're still trying to date what you was and the way you was, but yet no, you're attracted to someone that's always doing bigger, somebody that's always doing better, and that's somebody that's always doing greater. Now I don't know about you, but at least I am. I'm for somebody that's real right now. I am a game changer. I am a shifter right now. I believe in transmission. That means my transmission is not slipping. Some people, your transmission, which is your mentality, is slipping, right? But I believe in transport. That means I can transport you from one place to another. Others talk about prayer. Prayer is like a transport. That means when I speak on you, things happen on behalf of you. And if it don't happen, you can ask God, give me the power, God, and I'll do it, because he will reimburse you. But some people, they don't have that type of faith. They not spiritually inclined like that, right? So I go in this room filled with these people, and they ask me, do I know why I'm here? I literally said, I do not know why I'm here, right? I don't know, because notice I'm in a new place. 2, they didn't have my ID. 3, they didn't brief me. They didn't give me an update. So when I told the lady, I don't know why I'm here, the social worker, she told me to follow her. When I followed her, stop right here. See, some of you, we follow people all the time. You get online, you hear a good word from somebody, you follow them because they gave a good word. Their word went with their experience, right? But all you got was the fruits from their tree. But do you get a chance to talk personally to the one that planted the seeds and all the experiences that goes with that tree? No, you don't. You just get a fruit. Some of you, you just want an apple. Some of you, you just want whatever that the fruit can give you. But for me and you, I give you a real person, because I believe I Am My Life Coach is the next level. You could say I Am My Life Coach too, because we stand together to manifest the things we desire. If you're not manifesting what it is that you're thinking about, your goals, why do we want things that's not wrote on paper? Some of you, we are too afraid to ask for the next level, the big house with the gated community, where you're basing things off of where you've been, you're basing things off of what you have. But one thing I look to do is tap us into what I know. And one thing I know is bigger, better, greater has been made available to each and every last one of you. We have to constantly reread what? Reread the book called I Am My Life Coach. Start there again. Why? Because when you reread it, not only would you see something different, the reason you will see something different is because you are in a different place. You know how when they say, oh, I read this scripture, or I read this scripture, every time you read the Bible, you see something different. That's only because you're reading somebody else's story, and based on their testimony, it allows you to see what they did. And you're like, oh, okay. But some of us, we don't connect the dots, right? They put the dots there and they want you to connect the dots, but no one says, hey, you, knock, knock. You have to connect the dots. But we say, I don't know how. So the lady walked me to her office, and what she gave me was a folder. And in that folder that she gave me, right, it only had the schedule in here. No information, no nothing. And so I got caught in on the weekend. And all I can say to you is I did not eat the food because I could not understand where I was at, what I was doing. Remember, I told you they put me to sleep. I still was medicated. based on what they gave me, whatever they gave me. I have no idea of what they gave me, right? But trust me, it's the exact same thing. I'm going to break it down for you in a minute. I know who I am and I know whom's I am. I just didn't know where I'm at, right? And throughout the course of the weekend, I saw real people that was dealing with real issues. But these people that was in here was college students in prestigious universities. Okay. There was people in here from DePaul. There was people in here that was from Brazil that's doing intern for track. And they in this facility, right? I sat in front of not right away, but it wasn't until Sunday night when I was laying in the bed with no cover that wasn't my bed, and the way that they treated me was just awful. There was no communication. And you guys know with no communication, there will be no relationship. So when you have not seen me online, you did not see me posting, that means the general was being hit. That's like Moses going up the mountain or something, right? That's a trial period. Remember Jesus? Jesus went to the wilderness to be tested, right? And what was funny about this experience is somebody came and located me, right? I still thought that it was a gang going on. Like could not figure out like what's happening. Keep in mind, I'm in a different place. They're not calling me by my name. No one briefed me where I'm at. I'm in an unfamiliar place like some of you right now. You don't know where you stand with your family. You don't know where you stand with your significant other. You don't know where you stand with your spouse. You don't know where you stand from an educational standpoint. You don't know where you stand at your job. You don't know where you stand on anything, right? That's where I was at. And Sunday night, I was able to lay in this cold bed. Now, keep in mind, it's the second day of not eating, no covers. So no one knows how I feel. This is how I know I am my life coach too, is the groundwork for your life. Because every time I looked at somebody, they would turn away and start writing. That's why I thought they was evaluating me. They was evaluating me. This is why I thought this was a game show. I would have rather been in jail, right? At least you could bond me out. If you send a car to the pound, then you go get the car out the pound, right? If somebody go to a party or you go out, it's just called, hey, we got messed up, we had a good time. But when you have an encounter, people want to gossip, right? People want to call other people and call other people and call other people and say how you heard. They want to call other people. Now, keep in mind, I am my life coach. I have used I am my life coach, but this picture in this unfamiliar place that I was at was very unfamiliar, but I seen this picture before. I seen it before. No matter what was going on, I could have lost 50 pounds up in there. I find my strength in my Lord and Savior. Light fire for that. If you just made your way into this broadcast or somebody sharing this broadcast with you, I just need you to light fire for you right now. Light fire, get your light on. Because even in this darkest place, not eating. See, it's one thing to get a practice run. It's another thing to experience it on another side. Some of you feel cold right now. You by yourself, isolated, right? Nobody understand you, and they'll rather call you crazy than to sit here and make time out to try to understand exactly what it is you need, when you need it, why you need it, and where you need it at, and the time you need it. Some people are out of time. Your time is up. I don't need your participation in my life. I don't need your participation you don't have to call me. You don't have to check on me. I don't need nothing from you, right? It gets that serious, right? On that Sunday night, I looked beside the bed and I saw these papers laying there. And for many of you, your papers is the reason why you're here. I read through the papers, and as I read the download is basically a manual, right? It's basically a manual. It's a book, right? It's a book. It's a book. And for some of you, you might be reading this language. And just because you're reading this language, your information is inside of this book. But unfortunately, you don't know the language. You don't know the language, right? And for others, right? See, you don't know the language. Oh, you can't see it. You don't speak the language. You don't know the language. For others, you have the book, right? That's why I say we fast every first of the month for ownership. That's why I say put the I Am My Life Coach hoodie on, because you got to reset. The game is called life. Whose life? Your life. That is the battlefield. The battlefield is going out every day and accomplishing the things you need to accomplish for the sake of tomorrow, for tomorrow's sake. That somebody can see you, somebody can talk to you, and when they talk to you, you will have something that you can enlighten them with. You will have something that you can give them. You will have something that you can empower them with. Notice, I'm 2 days inside of this place, still not in my right mind, too weak to even speak, too weak to even teach. When I read the download and I located where I was at, then I knew what I needed to do. But unfortunately, even in knowing what I need to do, I was awarded to the state. Something that I seen before. I experienced it before, being awarded to the state. I talked to you about it before. But this time, I got myself together. I got myself ready. When I went back in front of those people, I explained to them I didn't properly represent myself the first time. I made them aware of what transpired. My beds got switched, face off. I never had no briefing on where I was at, right? And I'm glad that I have an opportunity to be inside of here. My son had an opportunity to come and learn something about himself when he was struggling in life. But y'all didn't have no room for him. They didn't have no room. We went around from facility to facility trying to find my son some help. Now, at the end of the day, I tried my best to assist him, but you see, sometimes somebody has to choose you, even though you keep trying to choose them. I go on this broadcast hoping somebody can hear. Even in the Bible says, let those that have ears, that's what my Jesus said, let those that have ears, let them hear. You guys, I pray in this elevation season for us that you will listen more, learn more, and execute. It's not about faith, it's about understanding what your base is. Your faith base is what you stand on. I Am My Life Coach is what I stand on. But here is the deal. Me trying to come before you and give you a clear understanding goes like this. A person that knows how to read can take advantage of so much. But the fact that they don't read has no advantage over someone that don't know how to read. Now, let me flip this for all those people that has a lot going on right now. Meaning, you ain't got time. This is a busy world right now. You got to work, got to get money, got to get the job. You got to get on Zoom. You got to go check on what you need to check on. You want to cook. You got to get your hair done. Got to get your feet done. You got to go get your eyebrows done. This is the day you got everything got to work out. What do you have time to teach? Most of us is probably guilty of this. Guilty of this. Where was I at when I had to somebody called for me? I was at the nail shop with my feet in the water and passed out. Feet in the water, getting a pedicure. Do you hear me? When God called for me, right? Somebody knew who I was based off of what they seen and called somebody that called somebody that called somebody. So it went through 5 people And the fifth person took me to the hospital. And that's how I got checked in with no ID, because my ID and all that was in the car and my keys. I stated to them, somebody deserved this bed. I don't deserve this bed. You guys took my bed and switched my bed, but even though you took my bed and gave me a bed, I didn't have no accommodations, no covers, no anything. And instead of them addressing the situation, I mean, again, we hear excuses all the time, right? Some of you hear excuses all the time. I'm single because he decided to cheat, right? That's, you know who you're gonna hear that from, right? Other people, I'm single because I'm not, people not the whatever people come up with. I'm not gonna even use my mind to come up with an excuse because I make no excuse. You want something, you got to go for it yourself. You need something, you got to be the face for it. You got to be the ground for it. You got to find your inner strength, your inner peace. You got to be the great thing in a worse environment. They said, I'm sorry to hear what happened to your son. I said, don't be sorry. We both sitting here right now. I'm looking at him. You looking at him right now, right? I'm here because he wanted me to be here. He wanted me to see what I needed to see. The moment I left out of there, I still had days left, you guys. Inside of here, they still was trying to feed me pork. I don't really eat pork. They said, well, you need to talk to your dietitian there. That was in the folder that I never received. So that's why they gave me whatever I ain't never, my meals was like a third grade meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what it was like. See, when you talk about fasting, fasting is being in the worst conditions. Sometimes fasting is recognizing that, hey, let's not put a title on where we at. Let's put the glory of God on where we at. Let's put the respect. Let's just be human beings. Let's just enjoy each other's presence. Why do we keep signing up in contracts? Why we keep expecting things out of environments more than we expect out of ourselves? We want to come in communities and want the communities to take care of you, give you Section 8. We want the community to sit here. We want to come in a restaurant. We want somebody else to pay your bills, right? But then when it comes down for what you want to pay for, you want to pay for your poison. Well, not us, right? And that's when everything clicked. Leaving out of there and talking and having a one-on-one, that's why I knew that I Am My Life Coach 2 was about to drop. And we've been working diligently. I want to give you a word, and I want to be good over time. Wow. That was a talking session. That was a talking point, right? Many people say they know God. The question will be, do God know you? There's a difference between when you react and when you respond. Fear makes you react. Confidence allows you to respond. You see, once I knew what I was in, the download came back. I never lost myself. It's just people, they put you in positions that you didn't ask to be in. But then when you start trying to help them and support them, what you find out is they never complimented you. They never rewarded you. My cup is full and it will remain full no matter what, no matter where I'm at and what I'm doing, right? Now, I'm going to teach a small lesson that I need to get out because I don't want to be too long. I want to go to Hosea 4:6. Sonia gave me something to speak on, but I'd rather go with what the Spirit is leading me to give to you now. So what I wanted to say to you guys is when I came back online, I couldn't wait to come back because many people failed and got caught up in the fire drill. I'm nowhere near wrote off. I'm bigger, better, and greater than I have ever been. I'm enlightening and I'm inspired now. I met friends from Brazil that called me today. I got people that's Native Americans that called me today. I'm going back to that facility as a visitor to visit people that's inside of that place, to bring them some things because I've seen the way that they're being treated right now. When they get out, I am mentoring them right now. You see, sometimes you have to stop trying to connect. You need to think before you link. Think before you link, right? Listen and execute. Some of you're not doing enough. Why? because you talking too much. Not to mention you don't know how to listen to somebody that's talking. Third, you ain't learned nothing. Fourth, execute. What are you executing? Some people are still running the same place that they've been running. And that's when you're going to get cut off, right? Hosea 4:6, right? Hosea 4:6, right? 4:6. NIV, right? Let's go to verse 4. Hosea 4:6, verse 4. I mean, NIV. This is what it reads. But let no one bring a charge. Let no one bring a charge. Let no one accuse another. Remember I said we break protocol so much? See, we live in a time frame with ignorant people that's pretending to be something that they could have been. But since they don't have enough work, or if they had work, then why does it hurt so much to do? Why is this so important that they receive? If God is blessing you so much and God is your God and so all this, then why don't you work the things that he gives you to work? Why are you talking so much and you don't execute nothing, right? Let no one accuse another. For your people live like those who bring charges against who? Against priests. He said, your people, meaning the ones that this is why I wanted to be. I am my life coach. This is why I said, hey, I know who I am and whom's I am. I can't be accountable for no one but Adonis D. Johnson. And when I bring something to the table, I'm going to bring you a complete individual that's whole. Being whole, meaning to take away from you does not help me. To help you become online, to help you become established, that means everything to you as well as myself, because it's about those that you're about to assist and those that can be empowered by what you do. That's what these broadcasts, this podcast, this live is based on. It's based on the truth, spirit and truth. Many people talk truth, but they don't have enough spirit. Those that talk spirit don't have enough experience of truth. So it's missing something. Remember I said you go into the building and guess what? They talk in spirit, but there ain't no motivation in it. It's no more. You're not motivated. It's almost like, yeah, they got big houses and things, but they ain't talking about their houses and things. And yet you looking like, man, when God gonna give me what? A big house and big things, right? So it's off balance because you know what you want, but you feel guilty because you listening, but you ain't learning. See, listening without learning. So now you feel bad when you execute something and it doesn't work, right? But out in the world, you motivated, but you ain't looking at the motives behind the motivation because there's no spirit in it. There's no God in it. There's no enough teaching in it, right? Enough teaching, right? So now when you want to talk about God, you sound like you preaching one of them. You out here sounding like one of them. You in there sound like nobody. You get it? Now watch this. Verse 5. You stumble day and night. So that's why I said every month for the month of for the 12 months ahead of us, the 11 months ahead of us, we're gonna fast the next month in the even numbers at night, odd numbers in the morning. Remember them 12 days I fasted? I already seen it before you. But if you rolling with me and you understand I am my life coach, you want to see a change, then we thanking God for what he doing. But now we finna get both sides. We finna get in and out. He finna cover our in and our out. We just can't keep doing stuff in one period, but then we don't want to do nothing in the other period, right? See, we want to live in the day, but then we can't function at night. Or then we malfunction or dysfunction at night, but then in the daytime, we sitting here looking at the who's who coming out, right? Listen, you stumble in day and night, and the prophets stumbles with you. Why do they stumble with you? Because when you link to someone, either you should be giving them energy or they should be giving you energy. Either you should be balancing them or they should be balancing you. They should be working with what you're doing. You should be working with what they're doing. If I'm down for what you down for, then you should be down for what I'm down for because we in an environment operating together. What am I saying? For some of you, you ain't you think you close with. See, because if you was close with me, then you will understand my work is to empower others. That's what I've been sent to do. And that's what I told the people that I was in front of. Holding me, you holding one person. But just like you holding me to make your numbers with these people around here, I got people that's out in the world that's waiting on me. And I'm here right now to address those that's been waiting on me, that's been waiting on me to step to the front line, that's been waiting on me to execute these plays, that's been waiting on me to tell you that this is what we have to do now. We have to listen, we have to learn, and we have to execute. I'm encouraging you guys to execute. Watch how this works. Watch this. My people are destroyed. This is scriptures, you guys. The most powerfulest book, one of the most powerfulest books on earth, the most selling book on earth is the Bible. My people, let's learn from this. Now, I don't know who you calling my people, but won't you call my people as your family? Won't you look at them and say my people, which will be my family? See, ownership. My means ownership. I am my life coach. Has the exact same word, my ownership. Life. Everything that makes up your life. Let me tell you why your family is being destroyed. Let me tell you why your relationships is being destroyed, right? It's because from lack. It's from lack. Why you ain't married? Why you ain't a wife? Lack. You lacking something. You lacking something. And whatever it is you lacking, until you move your ego out the way, right? You will continue to lack something. That's why I'm telling you to listen, to learn, and to execute. Now, I ain't running the music back no more. It says they lack knowledge. What is knowledge? When I go into the school system, I teach the children. You done seen me put up posts on my Instagram as well as on Facebook. What is knowledge? Knowledge is information. Now let's translate this to God. If you go into prayer, what are you praying and how you praying? See, a lot of us, we go into prayer. It says all types, right? But we go into prayer and we want to give God all this information. He's God. He don't want to hear information. He want to know what you need and why you need it. See, what plus Y equals results, right? Why are your family lacking knowledge? Which is what? Information. Information. What is prayer? Prayer is not information. Prayer is actually formation. Like some of you need to pray in the days ahead. That's what we're doing. But the formation of it is I'm on the verge of becoming a millionaire. I'm on the verge of becoming a wife. I'm on the verge of becoming a husband. I'm on the verge of sitting here enhancing who I am. Some of you spend more time enhancing your outer, but you spend no time enhancing your inner. And second of all, where's your relationships at? How do you contribute to your family tree? How do you contribute to your relationships around you? How do you effectively communicate when it comes down to expressing yourself? Why is it difficult for you to listen? How do you have effective hearing? Right? Are you listening effectively? Are you speaking effectively? Remember when I went first before the people, I sit here and asked, do I know why I'm here? I did not. So they had to help me, automatically wrote me off. Some people like you get into things, you get into families, you get into relationships, you get with people, and what they do, completely write you off, and yet you're in things with nothing beneficial towards the things that you in. This is why I don't recommend titles until you understand the role that you gonna play, the role that they plan, that you plan, and now you have to start by example. You have to be the best you that you could be, because your source and your strength comes from the Lord, which is your higher self, which is God. Right? So you go, God, your higher self, which is Christ, and now it's you, right? But see, we have it backwards. Watch this. Some of us, Beyonce's song is me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. That's all I have in the end. But for me, the song says that's what I found out. But for me, that was not what I found out. Even though they took my name, even though they took my bed, even though I did not have my broadcasters, right? It was people that was still on the front line waiting, wondering, where's he at, looking for me, right? But see, me, myself, and I is already decoded, encoded inside of your head right now, right? Oh, this head looks like this. Okay, let's fix that. It's already inside of your head. Myself, AJ the Wildfire. That will be the higher power. I is not me, but I can pick myself up. Did you get this? I, which is God, is last. Ain't that something? Me, myself, and I. Me is who you are. Myself is your inner concept. That's your inner space. I will be your higher self, which is Christ. I am not me, but I can pick myself up. See, Jesus stated that me and the Father are one, but I am not the Father. See, that's the Trinity. Me, myself, and I. It's actually to say, I, myself, is me. See, I, myself, is me. What does the invisible crown represent? Invisible crown army represent character and attitude. This ain't nothing but a fire drill because we practice this. But guess what? Some of you, we still practicing something you should already know by now. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. We're going to put the armor on you guys. I got to push. I'm asking for 15 more minutes. I got to finish this. My people perish, are destroyed. That's what it says. From lack of knowledge, because you have rejected knowledge. Guess what? And understanding. You see, understanding. My people perish because of the lack of knowledge and understanding. You see, your walk right now is based on someone else's understanding. See, when you grow up, you up underneath somebody direction, your parents, right, your school, your pastor, whoever the title is, you under someone else's understanding. That's how you learn something. But I am my life coach is not a understanding, it's a understanding. That's why God said they was perishing. I hope you got that. They perishing because they too busy walking under someone else's understanding, and yet they have no understanding, so they have nothing to stand on, right? So what did God say that I'm going to do? What did it say? It says, so I reject you. Right? I'm not listening to you because you don't have a understanding. You have a understanding of someone else who has a understanding. You need an understanding. So he said, I reject you. Why? Because you ignore my laws, right? You ignore your laws, my laws of God. I will also ignore. It didn't say I will forget about them. It said I'm going to ignore them until they come to a sense that since you didn't have it, you couldn't give it to them. But they're going to realize you didn't have it, and they're going to go to God for themselves. And that's how they're going to get it. But we don't have to stay in this state. Now let's turn real quick and let's move. I'm going to show you about that. Remember, understanding, understanding, right? Now go to Revelation 2. I just want to teach for a second. Revelation 2. Revelation 2. Revelation 2. Revelation 2. Listen to this. Revelation 2, 4. Yet I hold this against you. See, me. This is who he's talking about when it say you. Me. You have forsaken the love you had at first. Consider how far you have fallen. See, some of us, we have fallen off, right? Why? Because you're saying you're tired. You're saying, hey, you know what? I'm sick. You're tired of the past when every day is a new day. I pray that you get to this new day. I pray that your eyes will open up. I pray that you will be restored. Every component that makes up your sense of being, I pray that healing will take a place immediately for not just you, but everything that connects to you be transformed because you are a new creature today. You are a new creature in God, and you about to go through God for the glory of God. Come on, y'all. Work with me as I work with you as I get this work. What work is this? This is called framework now. That is I Am My Life Coach 2.0 will be about framework. It'll be about the inner concept, the inner peace for inner strength, the power that people cannot see. I'm resonating with it right now. I have it. I'm igniting it. I'm releasing it. Come on, y'all. This ain't no fairy tale. This is real right now. So here we go. Here's our elevation. Consider how high you have fallen. Repent. There you go. Repent and do the things you did at first. There go to restart. Back at the beginning again. Didn't I tell you? Listen, learn, and execute. Didn't I tell you? Fall in love with being an amazing individual. Stop looking for the wrong. Look to be the right in the wrong. Look to be the up to the down. Look to be the giver to the borrower. Look to be, and you will become. Look to be, I'm giving you secrets. Look to be, this is a mystery right now. Yay. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll, let's push, let's fly, let's go. Here you go, right here. If you do not, see, Some of you, we cannot recycle if you do not. I come against anything that will hinder you from doing that, right? You have to get on the front line and you have to redo this thing. You got to crank this thing again. You got to step on that gas pedal. You don't want to have to start. You don't want to have to jump this thing. I be to you depending on triple A. This ain't gonna be no triple A. Light your fire. Light your fire. I feel fire. I feel heat coming. Yes, God. Yay, here it come. I got to keep things in order though. The heat is coming now. Light your fire. You on light, you on light, you on fire. Let's go. The fire now. AJ the wildfire is coming through. Listen, you will not not listen. You're gonna listen and you're gonna learn this. Because I'm gonna be the one who have to teach it. I'm certified to teach, chosen to teach. I'm going to practice what I teach. And if you're going to be here, you're going to practice what I teach. Practice what I teach. Put it into practice. Practice what I teach. That's how it works. Listen, learn, execute. That's it. Not a lot of talking. Watch this. Listen, if you don't, I will come to you and remove your lamp. The lamp is the fire that you light. But it says lamp stand. You see the inner stand? Inner stand. Understand. Why did I tell you in Hosea 4:6? My people are perishing, destroyed because of lack of knowledge, which is information, and understanding, which goes with someone else. See, understanding meaning you under something that's standing. So you under whoever that's standing. So you basically looking up. Remember the cup? Remember this? You looking at somebody else saying, please pour something over here. Remember Peter had to feed the sheep? Feed them, Peter, right? Feed the sheep. You sitting here with a cup. Because that's an understanding. God said, if you don't return back to what you love, I'm going to remove your lamp. Stand, your understanding. And you're going to be under somebody else's understanding from the place. But you have this in your favor. You hate the practices. See, the practices. See, we together, we go together. This is my cousin. This is my bestie. This is my this is my that. This is my God. This. Some of you, you got 9 God kids. This is my godparent. Man, listen, the only person that you can raise right now is you. Your assignment is you. There's an inner child to you. Can you be your own godmother? Who your godmother? Me. You hear me what I'm just saying now? You're going to have to do this thing with God and through God. That's how it's going to work for you. Watch this. But you have this in your favor. You hate the practice of the Nickelodeon, which I also hate. Whoever. See, one thing I disliked about getting out that place is when I got out, I saw everything out of space, out of place. People was, this person said, this person said, this person said, that person said, this person said, that person said, this person said, this person. Everybody what they was going to do. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody spent one day inside of what I seen. I came out with nothing but victory. I was inside of that place. I turned that place upside down. They had council sessions in there. I went to every session. For you know what? I was the one speaking at the session. I was the one. Did I get paid for it? Didn't have to. Why? Because I saw it. I was on the inner and I worked my way in until I got out of. Now that I was standing up, it didn't matter how I got in there. At the end of the day, somebody got to hear I am my life coach. And what did I do? Guess what? How am I upset? Peter went to jail. Paul and Silas, wasn't they in jail? But see, we could read their story. Paul and Silas in jail, and they got to praying around midnight, and the doors open up, right? But at the end of the day, some of you, ain't nobody open one door on your behalf. I keep opening doors up for everybody. And that's why I had to go through the crucifixion the way that it is. Because guess what? Judas was at the table with Jesus. Judas had the best teacher, the best preacher, the best counselor, the best provider, the best builder. He had the best entrepreneur, the one who was smart, intelligent, the PhD. He had him. And guess what happened? He still was greedy. Still wanted more. Didn't want nobody else to get him, right? Didn't want nobody else to listen. Didn't want nobody to be set free. You see, he said, go set the captives free. Restore sight to those that are blind, right? Guess what? I had to restore sight to people that was blind. Why? Because they took my face off. They didn't have my ID. They didn't look at my character. I told the people I was calling, why didn't y'all bring my book up here? Why didn't you get on the phone? Y'all gonna allow, they was bringing me socks, you guys, socks, t-shirts. I went off. Why did I go off? Because you gonna make me comfortable in a place that you know I don't deserve to be in. You go to pound for your car. The goal is to get your car out the pound. You don't go to the pound and say, I want to pay to get my car washed. You don't want to go to the pound and say, I'm going to put some gas in my car while it's in the pound. You get the car out the pound. Somebody go to jail. You don't go to the jail and just say, I want to just make sure you in here, right? And keep your head up, right? No, what's this bond look like? See, we living in a time where people can't even execute common sense, right? So now I got to listen to people tell me stuff. But hey, I know how to play my position. No matter what position I'm in, light your fire. Let's go. Let's have a conversation. We on the time frame. I got one more scripture I got to break, right? You go to the hospital, it's to get the person out the hospital. Once they come out, you don't keep saying, are you feeling okay? Are you doing well? Are you going to take your medicine? You know, what got you in there? The devil is the liar. And the one who's trying to make you speak for those things to their area, they need to really check the assignment of God, because you done got dependent upon medication. There's no motivation. You don't got no inspiration. See, your inspiration supposed to come from within you. But we're to listen to music instead of make music. Come on, y'all. If you ain't operating in where God called you to be, you will always have your head down. And you always looking for a pick me up. Unplay this song and what? Pick me up. See, that's your understanding that you put the song on, it'll pick you up. But when do you ever pick yourself up to pick somebody else up? When do you ever leave that example instead of sitting here trying to run around here, run everybody's business all around the world? That's why it says, let those who have ears, guess what? Nobody wants to hear gossiping. But if you want to hear gossiping, then trust me, bring my name up. You'll hear some gossip, but it ain't the truth. So you get trapped. Why? Because only the truth sets you free. But gossiping gets you trapped. Get you trapped in foolishness. Get you trapped in stupidity. Come on now. Light your fire. Let's see who's in the room right now. And if they ain't lighting fire, then guess what? At the end of the day, we already know the who's who. They ain't got a fire to light. Right now, light song. Let's go, you guys. Watch this. To the one, listen to this. Let them hear what the Spirit. It did not say, let me go here and let me look at them. Let me look at them and see. I want to see them for myself. And let me see if they doing well or not. Let me see if he got his good. God set him down. If God set me down, that was only to catch my breath, to put me back in the game, to come against you now. That's why he set me down. He set me down to strategize right now, because there's too many technical fouls going on around here. And you about to foul out. People around you done fouled out the game now. Oh, it's an open road now. We're in a new place. Listen, learn, execute. Watch this, you guys. To the one who is victorious. Listen, learn, execute. Victorious. Welcome to your victorious season. And we'll be here for a while. This is the Victoria crown right now. You about to be in crown with an invisible crown. So God present is visible now. What that crown gonna look like? It's a titanium crown. You getting, I told Sister Sonia, you getting a whole new armor suit. Your armor ain't gonna be made out of steel. Your armor ain't gonna be made out of gold. Your armor ain't gonna be made out of, it's gonna be made out of titanium. Do you hear me? Titanium blessing requires titanium protection. Protection requires guidance. Guidance requires protection. Listen, learn, and execute. Here's my last message, and I'm done. Go to Ephesians. This is my favorite still. Ephesians 6:10. 6:11. This is my favorite. But you ain't never heard it like this before. Today you're gonna get it on a new one. You're gonna get it on the new side. You're gonna get it on the new side. Ephesians. I'm feeling it now, you guys. I'm feeling it. Here's my closeout. Here's my closeout. I hope you ain't lost the message, but here's the message. I hope you ain't lost the message, but here's the message. Ephesians 6:11. Let's go. 6:10. Let's go. Here we go. Finally. See the closeout? Finally, you guys. Finally, everything done been restored. Everything done been restored. Remember we was praying for restoration? Oh, we done been restored, right? We done been restored. Power be to God. Glory be to God. The kingdom is for God. Everything we about to do is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, but I need y'all to make sure y'all show up. Show up so we can grow up. The more you know, the more you grow. My people that can crack what I'm cracking. But when I crack it open, it's only to come and break it open with my G's. Remember, Jesus was busting it down for his G's. He gave them bread. But one person took his bread and tried to put it in his bowl. Do not put your bread in my bowl. Your bread of life, breed life. It's for those that connects to you. But at the end of the day, this is connect on respect right now. I told you partnership, right? Watch this. Finally, be strong in who? Be strong in the Lord, in his mighty power. That's why I said by power, by fire. By power, by fire. Be strong in the Lord. By power, by fire. I can't be strong in somebody else's understanding. You got to have this for yourself. That's why this. Yay. Knock. Who's there? I am my life coach. I am my life coach who? At the end of the day, I am my life coach too. That's just for you. In his power, listen, put, soon as it says your Lord and your mighty power, put on the full armor of God. Stop right here. I got to stop on this one. Hold on. Let me do this way. Let's do this way. Let me show you how this works. You see what I had to go do? Titanium. Okay? What the heart don't reveal, the mind can't feel. Okay? Titanium. Blessings. This is where we at. It says go put something on. Right? See, some of you want to be married, but you're going to have to put on the armor. You want to be a wife? Put on something. You better put on a new attitude. Because some of you still got your thottish ways. Right? And some of you brothers that logs on here, come on, y'all. Money come last. Okay? Look at this. Let's think generational, right? Generational wealth starts with a generational plan. A generational plan is coming with some generational information, so that we can be information for blessings. You cannot bless something that's not information. You cannot bless a child that's out of range. And right now, some of you, your children is out of range. But guess what? We finna rearrange. We finna rearrange so that we can arrange and get them back in alignment where you at right now. That's why we here. That's why we show up. That's why we grow up. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how it is right now. Listen, put on your armor so that you can take your what? Ephesians 6:11. Put on the full armor so you can take your stand. Remember, my people, Hosea 4:6, perish because of lack of knowledge and understanding. Some of you listen to so many people so much that you don't even know what listening you sound like. Did you get that? Some of us, we listen to others so much that you done forgot. You don't even know what you sound like. Okay? You don't even know what you sound like. It says so that you can stand against the devil's schemes. Come on, y'all. If you don't have this on, then it's a scheme. They're going to scheme now. Where your arm at? That's why so many of you complain about your feelings. You complain about your relationship. You complain about, I'm hurt. You hurt me. You got every excuse. My lips feel chapped. You got every excuse to why you can't succeed. It's always because of something. Ain't nobody helping me. Help yourself first and watch what God do. Right? Some of you too strong. You too strong to be playing weak. Look at this. For our struggles. See the R? I know I belong here. I know I'm on the Visible Crown Army. I know I'm the general. Probably done got promoted. Still calling myself the general, but I don't been promoted. Right? Our struggle ain't against flesh and blood. But against rulers. Rulers in your head. You got that? Rulers thinking you all that. Rulers thinking you know more than somebody else. Rulers thinking you bigger than what we at right now. How can you be bigger than what we at right now? You see us growing. You see me expanding. You see the people that's coming, but I'd be damned if I let somebody try to shut down a positive organic environment. Don't let nobody infiltrate you. Don't let nobody infiltrate your ranking. You go up in rank by your authority. You go up in rank by your power and your authority. Don't let nobody infiltrate you. We ain't here to sit here and get comfortable in unfamiliar air. At least that's what I told them. Hey, look, I don't want no pajamas. Get these pajamas up out of here. They start trying to send me socks. Y'all acting like I'm moving up in here. Do you hear me? And I'm sitting here saying, do they not know I'm getting out in a few days? A few more days. I understand what Moses felt now. When he was coming back down, they already had moved on. They already had started going to do the naysayers. Everybody had something to say. Nobody consulted God and said, let me shut up. Did they not say, touch not my anointed one and do my prophet no harm? Lord have mercy. And I had to pray for them. So I had to pray for people that called me. I'm praying for them like, Lord, help them, Lord, restore them. Lord, do not do that to them. Father God, I had to pray like Job had to pray for his friends, right? Some people, I chose you, but I knew when I chose you that there was going to be some issues, but I still chose you anyway. Why? Because I was big enough. I knew what I was going to do. One person who didn't know what they was going to do with me was be you. You didn't know how you was going to handle me. You didn't know how you was going to go around me. You didn't know how you was going to hear me, but today I'm not asking you to hear me. I'm actually here to God in me. Hear the God in me today to tell your butt to listen, learn, and execute so that your people that connects to you will have an inheritance right now. We holding this thing up. Well, listen to this. Watch this. But it's against rulers, against authorities, against the powers of this dark world. This world is dark, y'all. Face off. Remember, I was in a different bed, treated a different way, called by a different name, right? And against spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. Listen to this. Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day comes of evil, everybody gets a day of evil. You hear me? But today is a new day because evil days is behind us. Turn evil around. Evil is spelled Evil. God said, tell you, we decree and declare this thing gonna be reversed, right? It's gonna be reversed. That means we're not gonna get the day of evil. We're gonna get the day of live to live. Live. It's gonna be reversed. See? That's why I had to go through. I know my assignment. My assignment is me. Me. Because it ain't gonna be me, myself, and I. It's gonna be I, myself, as me. See, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be I, myself, and me. And guess what? That's going to be the end and the beginning because it's going to be I, myself, is me. You get it? Because the last, who God, we're going to be first. And now, and who I had first, which will be me, that's going to be last. So I, myself, is me. It's to God be the glory. And that's why I stand before you today. We take our stand. Watch this. Here you go. And I'm done. Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to what? Stand. Who? Stand. Stand? Stand what? Stand your ground. See, didn't I tell you I am my life coach? It grounds you. It grounds who? It only grounds you. It grounds you. That me gonna stay at the end and I gonna stay on the front line. So I myself is me. I can pick myself up, but I is not me. Do you hear what I'm saying now? So now the end is gonna be me. And God gonna be for first. And that's why to God be the glory. That's why we write this story the way we write. I am my life coach too. Look at this. It says, full armor. So you may be able to stand whose ground? Stand your ground, battleground tested. What it says. And after you have done everything to what? To stand. Everything to what? To stand. Everything to what? To stand. Don't you sit here and keep calling somebody else and going under they understanding. Because when I talk to you, I'm gonna be saying, who understanding are you speaking from? Are you speaking from someone else's understanding? Are you telling me what Peter did? Are you telling me what Paul did? Or are you telling me what you did? And if you're gonna tell me what you did, then I'll listen so I can learn and I can execute. But if you tell me what somebody else did, I can go find that myself. What I can't find is the stories that's inside of you because they hidden in you, they locked in you. But this is the time when how the tail has to become head. The tail has to become head. Here you go, look. After you have done everything to stand, do you see how many times it said? Verse 14. Stand firm then with the belt of truth. Buckled around the belt holds everything. But what we talking about? We talking about the truth that sets us free. Around your what? Around your waist with the breastplate of what? Of righteousness. Come on now. What am I doing? I'm putting it in place right now. Why is it in place right now? Because hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And if you here for a bad time, then I'm the good time. And but when I leave, your happiness leaves too. And I understand, but I cannot entangle myself with foolishness. And because they gonna call me foolishness, because people that's unproductive need somebody to blame. Come on, y'all. People that ain't doing nothing needs to blame somebody. Come on now. People that's unqualified has to blame somebody that's qualified. I'm qualified to do what I do, but you ain't qualified to do anything. That's why you blame me. Fall short at. Come on now. I don't fall short because I'm not short at all. Right? Come on now. You better ask God about me. Right? Ask God about me. He'll tell you. Oh, he's the real one. Okay? You got the right one. The only problem is you. He's here to help you. In closing, and with your feet fitted for readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, see the all this? Could you imagine the Bible they saying, in addition to all this, right? Remember how they run their head around like this? In addition to all this, take up your shield of faith, right? Take up your shield of faith. Now look at this, which can extinguish, see, faith. It can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Do you see? If you have faith to know what you know, faith is just your faith base. When you know what you know, I am my life coach, is what I know. Hey, we here for a good time. The bottom line is, hey, we bigger, better, greater. The bottom line is, hey, I'm my life coach, not yours. The bottom line is, you graded on what you do. Remember I told you every time I look up, somebody will start writing, they was grading me off of what they saw, which was my conduct. They said I looked like I was out of it. I looked like I wasn't eating because it's what you were serving is why I wasn't eating. I wasn't eating what you were serving. Some of you serving the worst you ever, and you expect more for giving nothing. You gave nothing. You don't give the best. You give the worst of you. And what I challenge you right now to do is take a stand. And if you ain't putting out the best, don't put out nothing. If you ain't giving the best, you don't give nothing. Because some of you giving advice, and the only one that needs to give advice, you need to take the advice that you give. And watch how lonely you be. Watch this. And in addition to this, take up the shield of faith that extinguish the arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation, which is I am my life coach, and the sword of the what? The sword of the spirit. You mean tell me if a person don't have the spirit of God, then they don't have the sword? Many of you didn't have the spirit. You had the word of God. This Bible says the spirit, take up the sword of the spirit. See, the sword of the spirit, which is the word of God. The spirit, right? The spirit comes from a understanding. Anything else comes from an understanding. Okay? And I ain't understanding why some of us can't figure this out. But today, you got the right one. I am my life and pray in the spirit. See, in that spirit, that's what you pray. In, not out. In. So now you guys, as I close out, I want you to, and it said also pray for me that whenever I speak, whenever I myself is me, whenever I myself is me, whenever I speak, words may be given to who? Me. Ain't the same? I myself is me. Whenever I speak, it didn't say me, myself, and I. And whenever I speaks, he gonna give it to you up front. No, 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 no. So that I will fearlessly make known the mystery of the gospel. I am my life coach is the mystery. The mystery. Many of you might as well call your nickname mystery because I am my life coach and we the Invisible Crown Army. And that is a mystery. If you here for foolish stuff, you will be frowned out. Light your fires, you guys, one more time for receiving that message. For which I am an ambassador in chains. Pray that I may declare it fearlessly, not fearfully, as I should. That is so. Can you light your fire? Look at that, y'all. In verse 20, it said, as I should. As I should. See, some of you going to learn how to use words. And I heard a cash app. If y'all looking at cash app, that would be $ I am my life coach. That's the cash app. I just heard a little ching ching going on here. But anyway, praise God for whatever that is that just came through my phone. Anyway, thank you guys. Take these last seconds, right? Last seconds to build yourself up. Thank God for what he has given you. Thank God for the opportunity to realign yourself. Thank God we got 1 minute to go in. But when you go in, you going in for you right now. It starts now, 60 seconds. Thank God for where you at right now. Thank God for you refining you right now. Thank God for refocusing you, resetting you right now, right? For giving you the confirmation, allowing you you to breathe again, to put you in a new space, a new place, to get you ready to jump, to wipe your shoulders off. Come on now. This is the reset you've been waiting for. This is all a setup. Thank God for your fire drill right now. Thank him right now for repositioning you right now. Thank you now that he's allowing you right now. Come on, y'all. We got a little more time left, a little more time. We got what? How many more seconds? 23 seconds. Here you go. We got to thank him, God. We got to thank you. Thank him, thank him, thank him, thank him for listening. God, enhance my listening. Enhance my listening, God. I want effective listening. I want effective listening. I want effective learning. Let me learn. Allow me to learn and also allow me to execute. Enable my ears. In Jesus Christ's name, that is so. Amen. That's our time. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure if you can do me a favor, send this broadcast to two people that can use a word that when they get to the end of this word, they'll know, hey, you guys, if you're listening to me, somebody sent you this broadcast because they really thought enough about you that I'm grateful that you listened to it from the beginning to the end. It's a lot of content inside of here. The book I Am My Life Coach is on Amazon. You can follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram at Adonis Johnson, Adonius Johnson. That's on Instagram as well as on Facebook. Also, you can follow I Am My Life Coach, I Am My Life Coach 2. We own both of them. I Am My Life Coach, and make sure you follow I Am My Life Coach 2. This is how we build a community based off of character and attitude, and most importantly, ownership. Don't forget, keep me in your prayers as I continue to lift you up. And you guys, I'm working this thing out. Put your armor on. Let's go. Peace and blessings. Thank you guys. Look, they taught us peace sign is like this, but that's separated. That's a middle finger and a trigger finger. Put them together. Peace sign. We together. We together. We can do this. Peace sign. We together. We can do this. That's why it takes two. Two, touching and agreeing. We can do this. We got this. We got this. Oh, somebody said, do you think God did this to you because you went back to the church building? Oh man, I got to go to many places, and you going too. Trust me, you are. I'm just leading the way. Peace and blessings. I'm available to you guys. You need me, reach out. You never know. We might have to get on the phone and talk about it.